What's up guys, TechTitan here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, when you subscribe and you like my videos, that really is my motivation to keep going and keep creating more content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And today's video, we're going to be actually reviewing the Galaxy A21's camera. So let's start with the rear cameras. So on the rear you have 4 different cameras, and Samsung made sure that they print the quad camera. They have like a writing on the side that has quad camera right next to it, right in between the flash and the camera lenses. So the 4 cameras are as follows. So you have a 13 megapixel wide, a standard wide lens, and you have a 5 megapixel ultra wide, you have a 2 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So each camera has its own way of helping this phone take good pictures, and we'll look at sample pictures in a moment. You also have your LED flash on the side. Okay, as far as the front-facing camera, the front-facing camera is an 8 megapixel sensor, which also is in this kind of hole punch design, which is a theme that Samsung has been doing for 2 years now. They started it with the S10 and they followed it with the S20, and now they just implemented that to their budget line. So the camera app is simplistic, follows Samsung phones, and that's pretty much known if you are familiar with Samsung phones. And there's a lot going for it in terms of simplicity, and they do a pretty good job in organization of where they keep everything else. So you have an option to go panorama, you have an option to go pro mode, and you have like this little food option where you go, and you get that when you hit more at the bottom. On the top you have your settings toggle, your LED flash, a timer, and the way a button to change between ratios, so if you want 16:9, 4:3, and things like that. So in the settings actually you have a couple of options too. You can scan your QR code right from the camera app, no additional app necessary. You also have this what they call hold shutter button to take just burst shots, which should be known. You have an option for HDR, and you have an option to change the resolution on your rear camera for video, and also on your front-facing camera. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, the settings are simplistic. Okay, so now that we talked a little bit about the camera interface, let's actually talk about what you guys are here for: picture quality. So the colors on this camera are actually saturated. Okay, so personally I'm a fan of how this phone takes its pictures, and it's Samsung style to just slightly oversaturate pictures to just makes the picture pop and just gives it life basically. Now mind you, I'm reviewing this as a budget phone. I'm not going to be comparing it to anybody, so I'm basically reviewing this phone as if there's not flagships or even lower mid-budget phones. So yeah, keep that in mind. So like I said, overall for the first picture, this flower looks just sharp, detailed, and you can even see the little drops of rain on it, which is nice. In the next picture that I'm going to be talking about is just a picture of keys. The point of this is just really to test out a little bit of details, a little bit of color. And what I noticed is that this is kind of also nitpicking. So what it did is that on the right hand side, it just made the picture a little bit darker. On the left hand side, just made it a little bit brighter so you can see enough color. So 50-50 for this one. In this next picture, I just wanted to capture the color of this branch, as well as to see how it handles just the shadows overall. Like I said, in a vacuum, this is a decent picture because it did a good job in just balancing in a way. So there are bits of the picture where it's bright, there are bits where it's just a little bit too dark. However, overall as a photo, it's pretty nice. Now this is the same picture, it's just now I switched to the wide angle, and the wide angle, while there is a slight loss in quality, it does get more in your shots, and that's pretty cool if you want to take a group photo and you want to show the background and things of that nature. So pretty good shot overall. Now in this next picture, I decided to take this picture of a rock to test out even more of the detail of the camera and how much it can capture in terms of detail. And it did a pretty fantastic job. Actually, I'm kind of shocked that this is a budget phone. Like I said, I don't want to put any comparison, even though I just did in my last sentence. However, this is on overall a pretty good job and showed nice details. And lastly, I wanted to mention this, so I saved the worst picture for last. So this picture really is a test of dynamic range, and this goes to show that This phone still lacks, budget phones in general still lack good dynamic range. So the trees look dark, the sky is kind of white. Now, mind you, it was cloudy, so maybe if it was sunny, then the picture would have turned out just a little bit better. But overall, in this particular picture, it's not really that good in keeping up all colors in the same picture and just give you your shadows on the trees as well as color in the sky. So yeah, next up I'm really going to test the video quality, so let me just play the videos and I'll get back to you guys. Hey, what's up guys, TechTime here, and this is just a test of the video recording on the Galaxy A21. So this is also going to be the microphone test, and yeah. Okay, so now we're switching it up to the wide angle lens, which definitely gives a more field of view. So similar to the Galaxy A20 from last year, it just gives a more wider field of view, so you see more in your video, and it looks nice. So you definitely lose quality, however, it just adds to it, and you can't really switch between them, so yeah. Okay, so overall, first of all, the video is decent. It shoots up to 1080p on both the rear-facing camera and the front-facing camera. So pretty decent job in there. And as far as the microphone, it's just horrible, and that's to be expected. So if you plan on using this phone as for like your YouTube channel or anything that requires you to hear sound, I would definitely invest in one of those microphones that you can plug to your headphone jack, just to give you better overall quality on your videos. And one thing also, you cannot really switch between the wide angle and the standard lens. You were able to do that on the A20. I'm not sure if it's a setting thing or not, so if you know, let me know, so that way I also learn. But overall, the wider angle, just there's a slight loss in quality. However, overall it does a pretty good job. And the selfie camera takes pretty decent selfies, and there's still a beauty mode which kind of softens the picture, but way better than previous iterations. And yeah, overall, I wanted to wrap this up by saying that this is a definitely solid camera, and I can't wait till I really go put it head to head with the Stylo 6 and other phones that came out in the same price point as the Galaxy A21. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you did enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.